First reading. A reading from the Proverbs, chapter 31, verses 10 to 13, 19 to 20, and 30 to 31. The truly capable woman, who can find her? She is far beyond the price of peers. Her husband's heart has confidence in her. From her he will derive no little profit, advantage, and not hurt. She brings him all the days of her life. She selects wool and flax. She does her work with eager hands. She sets her hand to the distaff. Her fingers grasp the spindle. She holds out her hands to the poor. She opens her arms to the needy. Charm is deceitful and beauty empty. The woman who fears Yahweh is the one to praise. Give her a share in what her hands have worked for, and let her works tell her praises at the city gates. This is the word of Lord. Thanks be to God. Second reading. A reading from the first letter of Paul to the Thessalonians, chapter 5, verses 1 to 6. About times and dates, brothers, there is no need to write to you, for you are well aware, in any case, that the day of the Lord is going to come like a thief in the night. It is when people are saying how quiet and peaceful it is that sudden distraction falls on them as suddenly as labor pains come on a pregnant woman, and there is no escape. But you, brothers, do not live in the dark, that the day should take you unawares like a thief. No, you are all children of light and children of the day. We do not belong to the night or to darkness. So we should not go on sleeping as everyone else does, but stay wide awake and sober. This is the word of Lord. Thanks be to God. A reading from the Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 25, verses 14 to 30. It is like a man about to go abroad who summoned his servants and entrusted his property to them. To one he gave 5 talents, to another two, to a third one, each in proportion to his ability. Then he set out on his journey. The man who had received the 5 talents promptly went and traded with them and made 5 more. The man who had received two made 2 more in the same way. But the man who had received one went off and dug a hole in the ground and hid his master's money. Now, a long time afterwards, the master of those servants came back and went through his accounts with them. The man who had received the 5 talents came forward bringing 5 more. Sir, he said, you entrusted me with 5 talents. Here are 5 more that I have made. His master said to him, well done, good and trustworthy servant. You have shown you are trustworthy in small things. I will trust you with greater. Come and join in your master's happiness. Next, the man with the 2 talents came forward. Sir, he said, you entrusted me with 2 talents. Here are 2 more that I have made. His master said to him, well done, good and trustworthy servant. You have shown you are trustworthy in small things. I will trust you with greater. Come and join in your master's happiness. Last came forward the man who had the single talent. Sir, said he, I had heard you were a hard man, reaping where you had not sown and gathering where you had not scattered. So I was afraid, and I went off and hid your talent in the ground. Here it is, it was yours, you have it back. But his master answered him, you wicked and lazy servant. So you knew that I reap where I have not sown and gather where I have not scattered. Well, then you should have deposited my money with the bankers, and on my return I would have got my money back with interest. So now take the talent from him and give it to the man who has the 10 talents. For to everyone who has will be given more, and he will have more than enough. But anyone who has not will be deprived even of what he has. As for this good for nothing servant, throw him into the darkness outside, where there will be weeping and grinding of teeth.